When it comes to daycare, communication is so important. As you have read in our book, it takes a village to raise a child. When parents are dropping their child off at daycare, they expect you, as a teacher, to communicate their entire day. Um, in order to communicate effectively, there are several ways that you can do this. The first way is in person. Personally, I think this is the best way. I think it's very important to develop relationships with your parents, get to know them on a personal level, but also keep it very professional. You can do this just by greeting them in the mornings. When so and so drops off, greet them. Hello, Mark. How are you? How's your day? How was your weekend? Follow that with, what time did your child last eat? What time do they wake up? What time will you be picking up today? It's important to communicate all of these things, especially in an infant classroom where you have children who are still on bottles and they're on a schedule. We are there to accommodate to the parents when it comes to their children's schedules. So we must know, everything there is to know in order to do that. Um, find out if they're on any new medication. This is important because often the parents will tell you, the teacher, and not the office. And the office is the person that's going to have to give them the medicine, as you are not allowed to. So just make sure you're communicating that to the office as well. Um, Ask if there's anything else you should know. Sometimes, a child is not feeling good, and a parent will tell you, hey, call me if so and so is, not eating or is acting sick. This is very important as well because it's, they want to know when their child is not feeling well. Um, and then you should always tell the parents that we have an open door policy, which means they can come in at any time and they can call at any time and we can transfer them into your classroom. A second way to communicate would be via Tadpoles. Tadpoles is our electronic daily. It gets sent to the child every time we check them out. On this daily, we communicate their diapering, when they were changed, if they were wet, what time, who changed them. We communicate their bottles, their eating, how much they ate, what time they ate. We communicate their nap times, what time they woke up, how long they slept, if they didn't sleep at all. It's important for parents to know this so that when they get home, they know how their evening is going to go. We also communicate our lesson plans on here. The teachers put them in the week before, and then that way the parents know exactly what we're working on with their child on a day-to-day basis. We also put pictures. What parent doesn't love a picture of their child, doing something cute throughout the day? And we also put personal notes. If a child, has just started walking, we'll put a note saying, so-and-so walked today. I think this is a great way to just kind of get on a personal level, and that way not every daily is just generic. Another way that you can communicate is by newsletter. Newsletters are a great way to let parents know, what you're going to be doing for the month, what your studies are, what days we're closed. We have Christmas parties coming up, so it's good to communicate, what day that is, what time, what not to bring, make sure that you get your child's art things. There's so many different things that you can communicate on a newsletter. A parent board is also a great way to communicate. On our parent boards, we post our menus for the month. We post our school calendar. We post, a calendar specifically for the classroom that states birthdays and, any special event that we have coming up would be put on the calendar for the classroom. We also have parent-teacher conferences. As a teacher, it's important to document everything a child is doing for their development, so that way when it comes time for parent-teacher conferences, you can communicate how their child is doing in the classroom. It doesn't have to be very long. It can just be about 15 minutes. Just make sure that you're communicating professionally and you're not, saying that a child isn't good at anything. You always want to do a sandwich effect where you say, something great about the child, something they're really strong at, and then talk to them about something that you want to work on, and then go back to something they're really strong at. No parent wants to hear that their child is not, doing well. It's just really important to do that sandwich effect. As far as communicating to the office and the management, we require you to do diaper logs. We require incident accident forms. These are very important because we often have parents who come in and their child has gotten bit and they're upset. When a parent is upset, it is our job to back you as a teacher, but we cannot back you if we do not know what happened. And if you don't tell us what happened, then it just really doesn't make us look good at all in the office. So just make sure you're communicating every time something happens in the classroom that you're writing a report for. It's very simple, just call and say so-and-so, but so-and-so, this is me, documenting it to you. And then make sure you're communicating, if you know a child's not going to be in class today, let us know. Often parents can just mark them out via tadpoles, which is a great form of communication if they don't want to talk to anyone that day. But as far as communication goes, that's all I have for you. Thank you.